Hey, you're at Steve Morris Engines. I'm Steve Morris. This is an engine that we just got done freshening up and doing some upgrades, including a new dry sump system for Kamils and this is a marine engine. I did this a couple years ago. It's been running in the boat, Jet Boat. His intercooler is built into the boat, real large intercooler. So obviously this is my dyno intercooler, F3 121, and he has a big filter box on it, and a bunch of stuff that's up here in the boat too. We also converted this over to coil on plug. It used to be MSD ignition system, and this is on 93 octane pump gas. I do not run it with, I can, but I don't run it with the water jacketed headers. I did just do it dry. So we're not testing exactly the way it is in the boat. Not real concerned about that because we have a baseline. We know what it did in the boat, and now we had the baseline from what it was a couple years ago after we ran it, and so now we have the new. So that's all we're really concerned about. This only runs 5,800 RPM in the boat. That's what he has his pumps all set at. He has gone through pump after pump after pump and impellers and getting it all tuned to hold the horsepower that this is at. So it's been a significant deal for him, but he's really worked on it and made that all happen. So this is a Brodix aluminum block, 572 cubic inch Brodix headhunter head, Holley EFI, and like I said, 93 octane fuel. And this is on a hydraulic roller. And there's some really interesting stuff that we kind of picked up on this. And one of the things that I preach continuously throughout the years really proved out on this combination. This is already running in the boat. This has already done all the stuff. So don't give me any crap about marine engines and all this other bull crap. We do it. We know exactly what it needs, clearances, everything that's all involved there. We understand how they run wide open throttle for hours at a time. We know. Okay, so don't bother even giving me that crud. All this is just interesting on how the engine actually works, how boost works, how the engine tunes, and what things need to happen. So anyways, and this runs really well, and I'll explain a bunch of that, and then we're going to do a Steve Tech video and really get detailed and share some real proprietary information on what's going on with this engine, where we're at. But anyways, I'm going to put the camera down. We're going to run this thing right here, and then we'll go out and I'll show you the numbers on that pull. And then my smart aleck kid just goes, well, just take it off the tripod and move in closer. So that's what we're going to do, and hopefully you can see this correctly. Now this is hydraulic roller cam. Let me turn that fan off. Hydraulic roller camshaft. So low RPM. This realistic, I mean, this would be a great streetcar motor too. I mean, I have these kind of combinations here. This one obviously is really curtailed towards Kamils boat. But you can see right there, that is 1,663 horsepower at 6,000 RPM. Now you can also see the horsepower is still climbing, and that's because it's going to run up. The supercharger is continuing to build boost, and as it's a linear curve like all Pro Chargers are, it would go more, but we don't run it up there, and I still have all this hydraulic valve train in it. Torque right there at 1463 because torque is still climbing. Looks real nice, real good through there. You can see all the numbers through here on the lower stuff, all the way up to the high RPM. I'll show you the boost and fuel pressure. boost where it starts out at, and it's a little bit off. It actually makes like 15.5, almost 16, according to the map sensor. And then real good oil pressure now that we swapped this all over to the dry sump system, which he's going to put in his boat. The one thing, now this is 93 octane fuel, 16 pounds of boost, and as you can see, you know, we've been working on this timing number. Now this is intercooled. This has a really good intercooler, a very large intercooler. This isn't like a typical chiller intercooler underneath the 14 or underneath the 871 or whatever we have. This thing has, look it up in the manifold air temperature in the neighborhood of in between 70 and 80, and for the last couple of years it's been in that range of 70 to 80 on the lakes too. So, but the one thing that you're really going to find interesting is, so we're at 1663 at 16 pounds of boost. Now we did run this thing spinning the blower faster, trying to build more boost and trying to make some more horsepower, and we did. So let's see here, open, and I've got a lot of pulls on this. You can see we're up to 56 pulls, and actually we did quite a few more than that I didn't even bother recording. And if we open this one, you can see there that was 2001 horsepower, 1760, and that was with C16 fuel. So wasn't able to, what we did was we continued to tune this, and I can make this tune up where it's making, I'll show you here boost wise, where it was making 22 pounds of boost, 23 pounds of boost. I can make that run on pump gas, but obviously it won't make this kind of horsepower. But this is how much horsepower this hydraulic cammed 580 cubic inch actually now, because we actually did a little overbore in it, 580 cubic inch big block Chevrolet can generate in a streetcar tune. You know, just this would be like your drag race tune-up. This obviously is not a boat tune-up. So anyways, really good piece. And if you want to learn more about this, I'm going to go over some specific things that we learned in the tune-up and what's going on with this motor with the blower combo, some real proprietary tech kind of stuff. I'm going to cover that in my Steve Tech video. So if you want to learn more about this particular engine, you can go to Steve Tech. You can subscribe. It's a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription. And I'm going to cover a bunch of really cool stuff on this thing. But anyways, I'm Steve Morris. Steve Morris Engines. Have a great day.